morning students, welcome to the next lesson on the chapter Playing with Numbers. In the last lesson we learnt about factorization. So let's discuss some questions on that. First question was, show the prime factorization of the following numbers by factor tree method. So 468 will be written as, it will be divided into two parts in which the first one will be the prime factor and the other one will be its partner. That means when you will divide 468 by that prime factor, the quotient will be the next number. So it will be 2 into 234. Next, 2 into 117. Now it is not divisible by 2, it is divisible by 3. So 3 into 39, it is again divisible by 3, 3 into 30. Now both are prime factors, so no need to factorize further. So 468 will be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 13. Okay. Next, 900. 900 will be written as 2 into 450, 2 into 225, 3 into 75, 3 into 25 and 5 into 5. So 900 is written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. So this is the prime factorization of 900 using factor tree method. Next question. Show the prime factorization of the following numbers by repeated division method. Now you have to use the repeated division method. So the first question is 7325. So you will write the number, make a line beside it, make a line below it, and then you will divide it by the smallest prime number possible. So it is an odd number, so it will not be divisible by 2. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not, because the sum of the digits is 17 and 17 is not divisible by 3. So it is divisible by 5. So it will be written 1465. Again, this number is not divisible by 3, it is divisible by 5. So it will be divided by 5 and the quotient will be 293. Now students, 293 is itself a prime number. So it will get divided by itself and will get 1. And we have to stop here until we get 1. So 7325 is 5 into 5 into 293. Okay. Next question. 2907. We will prime factorize it like this. Now, is it divisible by 3? Yes, it is. So, the quotient will be correct, 969. Okay, it is again divisible by 3. So, it will be divisible by 3 to give 323. Okay. Next, again we will divide it by 3. Will we? No, it is not divisible by 3. So students, it is divisible by 17. Okay, and it will give 19 as the quotient. Okay, and 19 is a prime number, so it will be divisible by itself and will get 1. So 2907 is written as 3 into 3 into 17 into 19. Okay. Next question. Write the smallest 5-digit number and express it as the product of its primes. Now again you have to prime factorize the smallest 5-digit number. So smallest 5-digit number is 10,000. Okay, so you will prime factorize 10,000. So when you will prime factorize it, it is very easy for this number. So you will draw a line. The smallest number from which it is divisible is 2. So it will be 5000. Again 2, it will give 2500. Again 2, it will give 1250. Again it is an even number, so again 2, and it will give 625. Now when you get 625, it is an odd number. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not. So it is divisible by 5 because the units place is 5. So it will give 125. Again it is divisible by 5. It will give 25. Again 5, and it will give 5. Now 5 is prime number, it will be divisible by itself. So 10,000 will be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. 4 times 2 and 4 times 5. Okay? Next question. Which factors are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number? Now students, we have done the prime factorization of a composite numbers many times. Now which numbers are not included? We never start a prime factorization of a number with 1. Okay, and the number itself is also not included. So 1 and the number itself are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number. Okay, next question. Find the prime factors of 231, arrange them in descending order, find the relation between two consecutive prime factors. Okay, so you will prime factorize 231. So again we will prime factorize. So it is an odd number, it will not be divisible by 2. So is it divisible by 3? Yes, it is, and it will give 77. It is very clear that it is divisible by 7, and it will give 11, and 11 is a prime number, so the same number will come. Okay, so 231 will be written as 11 into 7 into 3 arranged in descending order. Now what is the relation between two consecutive prime factors? Yes, you are correct. The difference between two consecutive factors is 4. Let's start the new topic. Highest common factor. As we know, many numbers have common factors. Out of the common factors, there would be one highest factor. That factor is known as highest common factor or HCF. And it is also known as greatest common divisor or GCD. Okay? We can find the HCF by the following 3 methods. They are by listing factors, by prime factorization method, and by continued division method. We will learn all the methods one by one. So let's start the first one, by listing factors. Example 1. Find the HCF of 30 and 48 by listing their factors. So let us list the factors of 30. They are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, 30. Factors of 48 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24 and 48. Now what are the common factors in this? The common factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. And which is the highest one? Correct, 6. So highest common factor is 6. Understood? Next example. Find the HCF of 15 and 25 by listing their factors. So factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. Factors of 25 are 1, 5 and 25. So common factors are 1 and 5, and highest common factor is 5. Understood? Next method, by prime factorization. You know very well how to do prime factorization. So it is a very easy method. Let us do an example. Find the HCF of 56 and 128 by prime factorization method. 56, let's prime factorize it. So it will be first divisible by 2 to give 28, then 14, then again it will be divisible by 2 to give 7, and 7 is a prime number, so it will be divisible by itself. 128 is again an even number, so it will be divisible by 2. Let's quickly do it, okay? 2, it will give 64. Again 2, it will be 32. Again it will give how much? 16. 2, 8. Again 2, it will give 4. Again 2, it will give 2. And now 2 is a prime number, so it will be divisible by itself to give 1. Okay, so 56 will be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 7, and 128 will be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. There will be 7 2's. Okay, now what we do, we check the common factors. Okay, so here 2 and 2 are common. Again 2 and 2 are common, and again 2 and 2 are common. Right, 7 is not there in the factors of 128. Okay, so we will take these numbers. Now you see that there are 3 pairs of 2's. Okay, now to take out the HCF, we take out one pair of 2 from each. Okay, one factor from each pair. Okay, so HCF will be 2 into 2 into 2, that is 8. So HCF of 56 and 128 is 8. Did you get it? Okay, next example. Find the HCF of 180 and 192 by prime factorization method. So let us factorize these two numbers. 180. So it will be factorized like this. 2 to give 90. Again 2 to give 45. Is it divisible by 2? No. Is it divisible by 3? Yes. 15. Again 3, it will give 5, and again it will give 5 to give 1. Okay, 192. So let us prime factorize this one. 2, it will give 96. Again 2 to give 48. Again 2 will divide it to give 24. Again 2 will divide it to give 12. Again it is an even number, so again 2 will divide it to give 6. Again an even number, 2 will divide it to give 3, and then it is divisible by itself only to give 1, so it will be divisible by 3. Okay, so 180 will be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5, and 192 will be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. That is 6 2's and 1 3. Now again we will group the prime factors. We will take the common prime factors. Okay, so prime factors 2 are common. Again 2 are common. Now there are no more 2's in 180, but there is 1 3 in 192. So 3 are common. Okay, so we'll take out 1 out of each pair. So it will be 2 into 2 into 3, that is 12. So this is the prime factorization method of finding the highest common factor. Let's continue to the next method. By continued division. This is a very interesting method and the easiest one. So please pay attention in this. Okay. Example, find the HCF of 658 and 940 by continued division method. In this, we'll take 658. Okay. Now, what we do, we make the smallest number the divisor and the larger number the dividend. So we will divide 940 by 658. Okay. So we will divide it. So how many times will it go? Correct, one time. So 658 will be written here, and what will be the remainder? Correct, 282. Now what you see here, please pay attention. The remainder becomes the next divisor and the previous divisor becomes the next dividend. Okay, so 658 will become the next dividend. So we'll divide this. So how many times will it go? Correct, 2 times. So it will be 564. Subtract it and it will give 94. Okay. Now 94 will become the next divisor and 282 will become the next dividend because it is the previous divisor. So 282 will become the dividend. Now how many times? Correct, 3 times. Okay, so it is completely dividing now. So remainder will be 0. Okay, now you see that the last divisor is 94. The last divisor is 94. So this is the only HCF. So HCF of 658 and 940 is 94. Okay. Why we take the last divisor, not the quotient? Because we have to find the greatest common divisor. Okay, that is why we take the last divisor. Okay, so this is the HCF. Next example. Find the HCF of 144 and 372 by continued division method. Now what we will do? We will divide 372 by 144. Okay. So how many times will it go? Two times. 288. What is the remainder? Remainder is 84. Okay. So again 84 will become the next divisor and 144 will become the next dividend. So, how many times? Correct, 1 time. 84. The remainder will be clearly 60. Now again it will become the next divisor and 84 will become the next dividend. Again 1 time. So the remainder will be 24. Again we will follow the same process and it will go 2 times to give 48. The remainder is 12 and the next dividend will be 24 and it is now completely divisible 2 times and the remainder has come to 0. So did you notice, student, until we get the remainder 0 we have to continue further. Okay, we have to get remainder as 0 in the end. Okay. So what is the last divisor? Last divisor is 12. So HCF is 12. Okay. Next example. Now in this case you are having three numbers, 144, 372 and 540, and you have to find the HCF by continued division. Okay. So in this case the first two numbers are same. So I'll just show you. When you divide it, it will go like this. One time 84, remainder is 60. Then 84 is the next divisor. One time you get 60 again. You get remainder is 24. Next dividend is 60. Then you'll get 2 times 48. Remainder is 12. And 24, it will become the next dividend and it will become 0 in the end. Okay. Now we have taken two numbers first. When you have three or more numbers, to find the HCF by continued division, you will take any two numbers first and you will make the smaller number the divisor and the larger number the dividend. Okay. And you will find the HCF of those two numbers. Okay. Then you will take that HCF and you will divide the third number by the same number, by the same HCF. Okay. So the third number is 540 here. So you will divide it by 12. Okay. So how many times first? 4 times it will go. It will give 48. The remainder will be 6. And 0 will come down. And again it will be divided by 5 to give 60. Remainder is 0. So again the last divisor is 12. Okay. So the HCF is 12. So students, these were the three methods by which we follow the rules and find the HCF of the given numbers. Let's come to the assignment now. First one, find the HCF by listing factors. A 27, 75, 45. B 54, 72, 102. Second, find the HCF by prime factorization method. 7021, 4130, 180, 144, 192. Third, find the HCF by continued division method. A 213, 2485, 8520. Second one, 1045 and 1520. So this is your assignment for today. Please do your homework. I hope you have understood. If not, please keep practicing. You will understand it. We will discuss in the online class. Till then, stay at home, be safe, have a good day.